Where are the black men with the recipe for marriage? Because y'all ain't loud enough.
We're definitely here. Y'all just don't listen, and you're not teachable. I heard a brother say this recently, that a lot of men want the position that being a husband carries, but don't want the work that is required to actually maintain and flourish in the position. What that means is y'all don't want to be sacrificial. And I get it, because some days I don't want to be sacrificial. But in order for that marriage to work, you have to die to yourself. You are the head, you are the leader, you are the man of the home. And so you are the one that sets the tone. The reason we're not loud enough, quote unquote, is because the ones that make think pieces for content, for money, for rage baiting, and for views, it's because they're not giving you sound advice.
First, let's address the idea floating around that black men don't want to get married. According to Pew Research Center's 2023 data, 36% of black men are married compared to just 29% of black women. Let me break that down a little bit further. 5.9 million married black men, 5.3 million married black women. That's over 610,000 more married black men than married black women. So why is the community pushing the idea that black men are running from marriage? Even when you look at the never married black adults, the numbers are still nearly even. 8.1 million for never married black men, as opposed to 8.6 million never married black women. That's 510,000 more black women who've never married, even though there's close to 2 million more black women than there are black men. But here's the kicker. Black men are also less likely to be divorced, separated, or widowed to the tune of 15% to 25% for black women. That means 4.6 million black women are divorced, separated, or widowed compared to just 2.5 million black men. So not only are black men more likely to marry, but they're also less likely to leave. So ask yourselves, why is the community so laser focused on blaming black men for the marriage gap when the numbers point in the opposite direction? Why do we act like black men are avoiding responsibility when the truth is they're stepping into marriage more often and leaving less frequently? So if we're going to talk about marriage in the black community, let's talk with facts and not feelings. Stop blaming black men for a decline they aren't even leading. And also, let's start asking deeper questions. Why aren't more black women marrying? And why are their divorce rates so high? After everything we've just unpacked, the stats, the misconceptions, the cultural biases, I want to leave you with something constructive. Because while I always challenge the systems and narratives working against black men, I also believe in providing direction and not just critique. So here it is, man, and I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Marriage isn't for every man, but when done right, with the right woman at the right time, it can be one of the most strategic, powerful, and honorable moves a black man can make. In my opinion, this is why black men should consider marriage. Number one, fatherhood stability and legacy building. Being in the home with their children builds legacy, discipline, and generational wealth. You get to raise your seed directly, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally. Number two, duty and honor. Marriage, when rooted in respect, is a form of manhood. It's about taking on responsibility, leading with intention, and standing on integrity, which means doing the right things when no one is looking. Number three, love. Not the fairy tale kind, real love. The kind built through effort, commitment, and shared values. Love that's not just felt, but chosen every day. Because remember, you are living with your partner for the rest of your life. So even though love is important, make sure you like that woman as well. Number four, economic and financial benefits. Let's be practical here. Two incomes are better than one. When done right, marriage allows for wealth building, home ownership, and long-term financial security. Number five, lower stress and greater accountability. If the marriage is healthy, and that's a big if. A good woman will push you to be healthier, wiser, and more consistent. A stable home reduces chaos and increases your focus. Number six, social respect, perception, and also influence. In certain communities, a married man is seen as more trustworthy and stable, but this only works when the woman respects the man that she's with. Otherwise, the public mask will crack. Number seven, emotional growth. Marriage exposes your weaknesses and forces you to grow emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. If you lean into the process, those weaknesses will now become strengths. Number eight, cultural leadership and community impact. When a black man leads his family, he becomes a pillar in his community. The marriage becomes bigger than you. It becomes an example. It's not about a ring, a wedding, or social validation. It's about choosing your spouse with purpose. It's about building something that stands long after you're gone. And lastly, marriage isn't the finish line. It's the foundation, but only when it's built with honor, leadership, and respect. If you don't have those three things in place, don't sign that contract. But if you do, then walk into it like a king. Not because the world told you to, but because you chose to lead on your own terms. And your wife will follow without question. I promise you. Peace.